Hi, my name is Cordelia Blake, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to sell your product on Amazon. Now, this is for people or companies that have a product or a product line, and they're deciding, okay, do I sell as a vendor, meaning I sell wholesale direct to Amazon and then they sell the products? Or do I sell as my own third-party seller on Amazon and sort of manage my own business on Amazon? And so I'm going to explain to you a little bit the difference, show you the difference, and explain which one is going to be better for your business and why. So first, let me show you the difference on some actual listings so you can see what it looks like. So I did a search on Amazon just for V-neck cotton tops, and this is what came up. And so now I'm going to show you two different examples, one where they sell through Vendor Central and one where they do their own third-party sales. And these are both major brands. So the first one I actually want to show you is this Hanes shirt. So on Hanes, you can see the rank, which I'm showing you with RevSeller here, is 216, which is fantastic. It's a great rank. But look at the price. The price for this product is $6.50. And if you look over here, you'll see ships from Amazon and sold by Amazon. This tells you that this is a vendor product. Amazon is buying this product from Hanes and selling it on their platform. Okay, so that's a vendor product. Now let's look at a third-party example. This is a Land's End top. Which if you look over here under the buy button, you'll see it says ships from Amazon, sold by Land's End. So what this tells me is that Land's End has their own third-party account. They are using Amazon's fulfillment system, so it's still shipping as a prime shipped item, but this is their product and their account. Now you can see the rank is not as good. 100, the lower the rank means it's selling more, right? 100,000, not as good as 200, except look at the price. So these shirts are selling. This is one of the biggest disadvantages of Vendor Central versus Seller Central. Seller Central is the interface you use when you're a third-party seller. Vendor Central is the interface you use when you're a vendor for Amazon. The biggest disadvantage is that Amazon does not, no matter what they say, they will not enforce your MAP price. And so they're going to lower the price frequently when when you sell through Vendor Central. They will lower the price to almost what they're paying for it because they don't care about making a profit. And so on this Hanes shirt at $6.50, I'm going to say, let's just say that I buy so many of these at my factory in China that my cost per unit is $1. Now, I think even for factories in China for a shirt like this, the cost is probably higher than $1, but let's just say it's $1. So at $1 cost, selling for $6.50 FBA, the profit, the net would be $1.62. That $1.62 has got to cover your advertising costs. It's got to cover your shipping and logistics costs, any people that you need to hire to help you process this inventory. And then hopefully you got a little bit extra left in there to buy yourself dinner. So it's very hard at that price point to make money, honestly, even if the product is free. So to me, I would not want to be selling something for $6.50, no matter what. But once Hanes sells this product to Amazon for whatever their deal is, Amazon sets the price, and you really have no say in that. Now, the Land's End product is selling for around $27. It's a nicer listing. The photos are more consistent. The branding is more consistent. And you can see that if we put our buy costs in at $8, which is maybe realistic, I don't know exactly what their costs are, but that's ballpark probably what they're paying. They're making $10 a shirt on that sale. And now that $10 has to pay for their warehouse people and their marketing people and their ad people and all that stuff, right? But you could actually, if you sold enough of these things on here and your other platforms, you could have enough money left over to hopefully buy yourself dinner at the end if you're the owner of Land's End. So the point I want to show you here is that when you're a third-party seller, you have much more control over your brands, your images, your listing, whereas when you're selling to Vendor Central, they're creating all that and you have less control. Now, in this case, they did an okay job with the listing, but look at the variations. I mean, it's kind of a mess, you know, how the images appear. They're not consistent, and the branding is not consistent. So that is just one example of where you can really see the difference between Vendor Central and Seller Central. The other thing that I've heard and talked to other companies that have made this difficult decision is Amazon doesn't always pay you on time. So they might order 1,000 units, but you don't know when you're going to get paid. They will charge you back for returns. And it's still really hard to get them to pay attention to you. Now, if you're a big company like Hasbro, maybe you have a dedicated sales rep, but most people don't. Most people have the same difficult process of having to get heard, even as vendors. And then you're making less money. So the good thing about being a vendor is there is less work from a company perspective. You know, you are simply receiving an order from Amazon and then you're shipping it out. The end. And so from a staffing perspective and a knowledge perspective, some companies do that because they don't really have the resources or haven't dedicated the resources to having one or two or however many people become masters of Amazon, which is what you need to do to really be able to sell on Amazon. Well, you either need to hire consultants like me to help you, or you need to do it yourself. Some companies like Death Wish Coffee, which is a great brand, you know, they trained, you know, their second, you know, he got a guy and I've met him. He's great. But I mean, he basically devotes his whole time to mastering Amazon. And then they have other people too, but there's got to be somebody who like is a high level person in the company who has to know how to deal with this company because it's a big deal, but you can sell a lot of product there. So when you're making this decision, if you decide to manage your own Amazon as a third-party seller, you have better control of your pricing, better control of your listings. And the other thing is that Amazon, they don't help you make strategic business decisions. So let's say that you are selling that $6 product. Now, if that was me, I wouldn't even sell those alone. I would sell those as a 3-pack of shirts. And then you could either do 3 of the same one or 3 different colors or however you want to do it. But that way you've raised your sales price per unit to $18. And then even with fees and everything, there's still some room for profit in there. But Amazon's never going to tell Hanes that. Why? They just want to churn. And so Amazon is not your partner. They're not your friend. And so you want somebody on your side understanding your business, making those key strategic decisions. The other thing that Amazon doesn't care about is your other customers. So if you sell to stores and stores have price, you know, you're selling that shirt, maybe it's $9.99 in the store, then Amazon wants you to buy it from them. But maybe you're like, well, my brick and mortars, you know, I don't want to undercut them because then it hurts them. And we have our own website and we have our own loyal customers and we want to keep the pricing the same everywhere. You cannot do that with Vendor Central. Amazon just doesn't respect pricing controls at all, which is one of the reasons as shoppers, we like it because we can go get a deal there. But as a business, you know, I have had products where I've looked on Amazon, I've looked on their website and it's all the same price. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to buy it from their website because then I know that I'll get better customer service if there's any questions. So it levels the playing field for your other channels is a really big thing you can do as a third-party seller. But you really need to have senior level expertise managing the Amazon business. So what some companies do is they bring in like a junior person, like a marketing person to do Amazon for their company because they don't really want to deal with it. But the problem is that that marketing person also isn't necessarily making key strategic decisions on how to run your business. And you need to have that high level of influence just like you would if you were to open a whole new chain of stores, like in every major city in America, you would want somebody senior managing that. It's the same thing on Amazon. So when you take on your own third-party sales, just keep in mind that you need to have senior level expertise, really paying attention to that account, even if you hire out the day-to-day tasks, whether it be to a consulting company or to an employee or both. Our company we train people and we work with people, and we kind of are your backup so that if your person is sick or something happens, we've kind of got your back there. So vendor central versus seller central, really important decision. Weigh the pros and cons, understand the fees, understand the business decision you're making. And please comment below if you have any questions about how to make that decision, where you went wrong, where you went right, what you wish you'd known. Would love to hear those lessons learned. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell. Bye, everybody.